everybody. I'm just popping out with a Reno. We need to go to the shops, do a couple of errands, so we thought we'd jump on the bikes as the weather is nice. And now obviously Reno's bike is back up and together. She can actually get out and ride. And as you can see, this is my new look. You see that? That's a big old camera shoved on my face. However, what I do have now is a new mounting option for this camera, and I'm hoping it's going to be the best option I've had so far. Again, with small rig, one of the clamp mounts down here, they also do these locking arms which are twisting and bending in all directions and have one screw that locks and tightens the whole thing together, and it seems to be absolutely fantastic. Small rig, why did I not find you in the past? Seriously. Oh my god, watch out for the plastic bag in the road. It's just her luck. Oh, I think it's just gone into the hedge, otherwise I would go back and sort that out. Yes, that is the song that never ends. It's stuck in my head. I actually did come up with a version for the build, and it was like, this is the build that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. He started working on it, not knowing what it was, and now he can't stop working on it simply just because this is the build that never... Yeah, you can see where this is going. I decided not to go anywhere with that. There is a couple of more jobs actually to do to the DR. I need to shorten the chain, not in the sense of like getting more life out of it, shorten it because the one I got was too long. And I want to do a video on that. And the thing is, I really do want to make a big point that this is not something you do to get some extra life out of a chain. This is something you do to a new chain when you order it and it's too long. So that's something I've got to do. I also need to put the horn back on because that fell off. It's only held on by one bolt, and I didn't torque it up enough, or where it was, it could have done with some Loctite because it is next to the engine, so it might vibrate the living hell out of it. But yeah, that's the job I've got to do soon. A lot of people have been saying to me things like, you know, when's restoration Divi going to start? And it's like, well, you see, the thing is, Divi doesn't really need a restoration. However, there is a few jobs on Divi that could be done, and, you know, winter is coming up, so there will be less riding. I've still got loan bikes to sort out, that I'll be doing this year. I've got one arranged that I sorted out this morning. Very interesting thing. I will not say too much, because whenever I do that, that always, like, ruins it. But yeah, there's a few things that need doing, possibly a caliper rebuild on the front. I would like to change the oil in the shocks, the front. There's just a few little jobs like that. It's not going to be a full-on tear-down restore like I did with Derek. It doesn't need that. It hasn't got the rust or anything. But there are some unique issues in this, because if I do want to do the forks, I need to somehow get the front wheel off the floor, and I don't have a stand that will allow me to do that and take the forks off. However, the bike does come with a centre stand, so I might put the centre stand back on and, you know, weigh the back of the bike down, or maybe tie it down somehow. I don't know. And then I can get the forks off. But to do that, I've got to take the exhaust off and refit the centre stand, which I really don't want to do. And I know you're going to say, well, I don't know what you're going to say actually, because, well, actually I've got a crash cage on it, so I could use like axle stands either side of the crash cage. That seems a little dodgy. I don't know what sort of stand I'd need to hold it without the front end on it. Maybe one of those like frame end ones that fits in the front. I don't know, I haven't really looked at no, because that's not... I don't want to have to take the whole front headlight off and all the cowling and all that. I don't know, but yeah, that's a possibility. It's a thought. Oh god, I also need to do chain and sprockets on it, and I haven't done a chain and sprockets video for a long time, so I could definitely do that in a much better production quality than I did in the past. That's one of the things. I don't like repeating videos, but I have made over 1,600, and I've made many on the really important topics, but they're old and their quality's not as good, and I know I could explain it better now, so I might revisit some of those things to update it, bring it into the modern world, make it a little bit more understandable maybe. Some good news, I've actually got all my paperwork for my tax return done, so all I've got to do now is wait for the forms to turn up, because HMRC didn't send them to me this year. Well, I don't know what was up with that, but having said that, they always forget to send me the foreign form anyway. But that's one of the things I do think that should be taught in school, you know. Not like a lot of the stuff that is, but things like how the tax system works. What's it like to be self-employed? What's stamp duty? You know, I know that's not related to this, but you know what I'm saying? All these things which are very relevant to people later in their lives, just completely overlooked in school. And I know the schools kind of say, well, that's the sort of things your parents will teach you. But I don't think that is the case so much anymore. It's leaving a generation unprepared for the real world, I feel. But then I feel like my education left me pretty unprepared for the real world. But then again, I am proof that that doesn't need to stop you. I learned, you know, everything I need to learn along the way. I'm dyslexic, as you can tell by my spelling sometimes, and a lot of people are like, hey, you're not very good at spelling, are you? No, I'm really not. I'm a lot better than I used to be. A lot better. Going on how bad dyslexic my brother is, I've probably improved quite a lot, but he is definitely a lot worse than I am. But then I spent years and years and years just reading, doing stuff online and never letting it stop me, and just keep, I mean, yeah, it takes me a million times to learn a word, but I'll get it eventually. Normally I have to come up with some stupid idea. Stupid idiom. Idiom? Is it an idiom? I don't know. What am I talking about? I am actually really just testing all this because, as I say, new arm, not used this before, camera's here, hoping that's close enough. Got the GoPro on. This is the new setup in action as it will be used until I can get some in-body audio for the GoPro once the door arrives. We are weird. We know we're weird. Oh, actually, something quite cool that happened today. I support a few people on Patreon, a few channels, because, you know, like I have a patron for my channel. I know it kind of seems silly to them for me to give some money to other channels, but it's because I feel like if I can help another channel, if it's not going to make too much difference to me, I'll do that. So, you know, I give a couple of bucks here and there to a couple of different channels to help them keep going. One of the ones that I absolutely got on board with was Smarter Every Day. Has now got a patron, and he wants to do this to get away from sponsored videos and concentrate on making what he wants, which I absolutely totally understand. I'd love to get away from any chances of having to do sponsorship. I mean, in the future, if I get offers for mobile ads and stuff, maybe I'll do them. I don't know. I'd rather not, you know. But yeah, I help support their Patreon, and I'm going to stay on board for it because I want to support that channel, not just because I like Destin, I like the content, because he's educating the people, and it's something I think people really need. Well, anyway, they were doing a thing where they were giving away a baseball to do with a supersonic baseball cannon, and I got one of the signed ones. I'm well happy. I didn't think I was going to get one of the signed ones. I thought I'd just get one of the normal baseballs. So I was like, no, I definitely put in $3 per video for Smarter Every Day. That's putting money into educating younger people, in my opinion. I mean, I hope that some people have a similar feeling with what I do, maybe educating people on biking and helping people get into biking, which can be a very expensive thing and a bit of a cutthroaty world where people can be a bit screwy with you. So, you know, oh, well, we can't go in that way. She's right. Oh. Whoops. God, this thing really is producing quite a lot more power than I was expecting. Well, I'm going to cut this one short here because this has basically just been a little test, and we are coming. Yeah, well, I know we're going to Tesco's, right? I'm coming here to buy some pants, well, boxers actually. We need to go to another place after this, but I haven't been able to get out and buy anything like that for a long time, so that's literally why we're here. I'm going to go and buy some underwear, people. You think about that. You think about that while you're slapping that like button. Slappity slap. I'll catch you next time. This is the song that never...